When it comes to smartphones, both Samsung and Apple, oh my god, have been dominating the market for years. But have you ever wondered which of these tech giants is easier to repair? In this video, we'll be looking at the different aspects of repairing Samsung phones versus iPhones and seeing which of these devices are easier to repair. Spoiler alert, it's not as simple as you might think. First off, we have to establish some guidelines. For simplicity's sake, we'll be comparing the S23 Ultra versus the iPhone 14 Pro. We'll also be dividing the repairability scores into 4 categories. The first 2 are the most common things to be replaced on a device: the display, obviously, and the battery. The last 2 are what make repairs easy and worthwhile: the software, Apple, and the pricing. When it comes to replacing a display on either the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or the iPhone 14 Pro, there's a few things to consider. What screws are used? How many components do you have to remove to get to the screen? Well, Apple uses pentalobe, Phillips, and tri-point screws. That's 3 different screwdrivers you'll need. Samsung, on the other hand, only uses Phillips. However, with Samsung, you have to remove every single component in the phone and transfer it to your new display and mid-frame. Both phones have readily available repair instructions, but Apple deactivates features like True Tone and gives you a non-genuine display message after repairs. But due to the ease of the display replacement, Apple takes the win here. Next up, we have the battery. This one might make some people angry, but Samsung's battery is so much easier to replace than Apple's. With iPhone, you have to remove a very fragile, fully functioning display to get to the device's battery. With Samsung, you have to go through the back glass, which is not only easier to remove, it's also much cheaper to replace if, let's say, you had an incident. You also only need one type of screwdriver, and thanks to Samsung's latest updates, you now have removable pull tabs, something which they lacked prior. Samsung wins this one by a mile, even if they didn't add the pull tabs. Speaking of pull tabs, don't pull an Apple when it comes to software locking parts on a device. The software is such an important thing when it comes to repairing devices. Samsung software helps you repair your device with important tools like maintenance mode and repair menus. These allow you to test basically all the features of your phone. They prove to be incredibly helpful when getting your device repaired or repairing it yourself. And then there's Apple. Making your life a living nightmare. Instead of providing tools that make repairs friendlier, they did the opposite. They restrict specific phone functions when you replace components through other channels other than their own. And as a result, they have made fixing some things near impossible. Eventually, the market finds workarounds, but you're left buying expensive programmers to bring back a function that never should have been taken away in the first place. Samsung wins this one. God bless Samsung for not doing stuff like this. It's a time to talk pricing. Both of these phones are incredibly expensive to repair currently, but both of these phones will not be worth the same amount of money in 2 years from now. iPhones hold their value incredibly well, and repair prices go down pretty quickly with iPhones. On the other hand, Samsung phones do not hold their value well at all, and repair costs remain almost the same. Not to mention, with iPhones, you have the ability to buy aftermarket parts that'll cost you less for repair. With Samsungs, there are some aftermarket parts available, but I've used them and they're so bad. Of course, iPhones also have bad aftermarket parts, but they also have really good aftermarket parts. Aftermarket parts that are almost equivalent to the original display. Given that information, iPhone definitely takes the win this round. It looks like we're tied, and unfortunately there is no tiebreaker. The iPhone is not more repairable than the Samsung, and the Samsung is not more repairable than the iPhone. Both of these phones excel in different categories of repair, but if you were to tally all of them up, I don't think any of them supersedes the other. It's more so your decision as the consumer. Which of these repair categories are more important to you? If I had to choose, I would go with Samsung because I can replace pretty much everything. It's just gonna cost a lot to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Peace.